Hello everybody, my name is TrainGuyBR86 and today we'll be unboxing and reviewing the brand new Märklin HO BR86 from April, technically speaking March, but Märklin is lazy, 2025. So the reason why I'm saying Märklin is lazy is this originally was supposed to come out in March and I pre-ordered it. But it got delayed till April, and the reseller I bought it from also wasn't that fast, so it just arrived. So let's open it up. As you can see here, the number of this locomotive is 37087 from Märklin. It has MFX, DCC and sound functions. It's the Märklin Class 86. Here's its QR code, that isn't really important. So let's open this bad boy up. Ooh, beautiful. Looky at the detail. Already present. Well, let's get it out of its packaging. So here we have the instructions. Let's get the instructions out of the pamphlet. Oh, Märklin. This is warranty card, it's not important. This is spice weld. You can see the interior elements in the cab. Well, there is a cab in this locomotive, but good luck trying to get a good look at it. It's pretty hard to see, but whatever. Here we have the instructions of the locomotive. Here we have the functions. You can pause if you want to read it. Then besides that, we have then many languages, as you can see. Here we have some add-ons. Focus. You have to remove the Märklin couplings for these, except if you want to add these side rods or extension rods, which I definitely will do. I always do that with my locomotives, just extra cool detail. Maybe I'll add like a coupling or a brake rod, but I don't really want to remove this because that gets rid of the, what should I say, playability of a locomotive. And then last but not least, we have a opening of the locomotive. I won't be actually opening the locomotive in real life because let's say I'm not qualified to do that. But at the bottom of the loco you can see there are two screws. If you unscrew them, the body comes off. Let's see, do we have an exploded diagram? Oh, it comes with extra. Oh no, this just tells you how to remove the rubber tire. That tells you how to lubricate. Here, an exploded diagram. Let's see. Yeah, here you go. So, this is the motor. Here we have a flywheel, which gives that effect of it slowing down. Then we have all the different parts in the locomotive. There you go. The wheels, the base keeper plates, the couplings, the bogie, the slider, rubber tire, traction tire, side rods, cylinders. Lots of parts in this locomotive. The speaker too. Here the coaling, the bunker. It keeps the coal. And they don't mention that these parts are loose. They maybe aren't, we shall see soon, but I believe they are separately added details. Here, they do mention the smoke generator. it doesn't get included with the locomotive. It does not. I also don't have it yet, so this demonstration shall be without smoke generator. So, enough dilly-dallying with the instructions. Let's move on to the loco. So first we have here the add-ons. So the extension rods here, then the brake pipes and some couplings, which I shall attach later to demonstrate, but some of these are just purely if you're like displaying the model or planning to run it without any wagons for realism, but you know. Then now, the locomotive. What you came to see. So let's open it up. Ooh, wow. Comes with some padding. Ooh, wow. It has lots of details. Lots of them. Let me give you a closer look at the locomotive. So here you can see the side rods, which look beautiful. They are painted here. The side rods themselves are metal with silver, and then they have a red stripe painted on them. Very well done, straight. The wheels are beautifully red as usual. Then here you can see the two screws to remove the body. And then the speaker here under. Here we have the slider. And some traction tires, so they should be able to pull a decent amount, even though it is a pretty heavy locomotive, which means it doesn't really need the traction tires. But Märklin most of the times does do this just because. So this thing could like pull a lot of wagons. Then here we get to the boiler, which is fully out of metal. Let's see, can the camera catch this? Slightly. Here we have a sign that warns you about electricity shock. And then here we have another sign, if I can read it, with a skull on it, and, excuse me, one moment. No, I cannot seem to read it, but something about danger, seeing it has a skull on it. Then we have the locomotive number, 86, class 86, 1360-6. Some stairs, some more numbering, some more lettering, and some very small numbers. Wow, okay. Yeah, good luck trying to read that. Wow. Even in person I can't read that. I need a microscope. It's impressively well printed. Then we have some bolts here and there, some ladders, some more detailing here under the boiler, which just, look at it, very well detailed. All these little pipes and wires and more greebling. Then here we have the cab, which in true Märklin fashion is made out of plastic for some reason. All steam locomotive cabs are made out of plastic. I actually don't know why. I might do some research about that. But the bottom of the cab is metal. And the bottom of the coal bunker is also metal. The top is plastic. And so is the top of the cab. So we have for the coal. Looks pretty nice. Also plastic. What do you expect? And here we have the back of the steam locomotive. With two ladders on each side, the locomotive number, and then we have 3 lamps. These two actually turn red, which is something like I've only seen the 86 be able to do, which is very cool. You can see the windows here. All beautiful detail, more bolts, more pipe work. Look at the other side of the logo, which also beautiful. Here the windows also look amazing. And the cab itself, the interior, well, you can't really get a good look. I might try and get a good look of that with the lights on. Then the top of the boiler, we have some domes. Here's the whistle, the bell, the generator. Of course, we have the steam pipe. Where you would put the smoke generator, you could just, I believe, put it in here. No, with this model you have to take off the whole body to put it in. So that's a whole another operation. Then water tanks here. Here you can see that is what they would open to put water in there. Here too. Then there's some steps for the crew to get on top of the locomotive. Another shock sign. Now get to the front of the loco, which looks beautiful. Wow. So here we have some holes where you would put the brake pipes, and there already is some sort of coupling attached, but without the this is just the coupling itself. It doesn't have the chain that normally comes with the coupling, as you can see here. See the chain that is included with the coupling. Then these are the holes where you would put the brake pipes, and then here are the cylinders where you would put the extension rods, which I'll add soon for demonstration. Then we also have 3 lamps here, and some beautiful detailing on the front, some more steps, and some more printing on the front of the buffer. And if you were wondering, no sprung buffers. Märklin never does that. More steps. Yeah, a beautifully detailed locomotive. Let me get these add-ons on for you, and we'll take a look at the logo with those on, and then we'll see how it runs and the sounds it makes. So here you have it. I added all the, well, not all, but most of the little add-ons. So it's hard to see, but here you have the coupling and the 2 brake rods. Here I removed the main Märklin coupling. It looks pretty nice, but of course you lose your Märklin coupling, which, yeah, a shame, but we'll see if that really matters. I'll probably keep this on for a while. And then here up the side we have the extension rods, which look nice. I really like these. I always put the extension rods and the brake pipes on the loco. Most times I leave the coupling alone because trying to remove it is a pain, and I almost broke the one that came with the logo, so gotta watch out for that. So let's pop this bad boy on the track and see how he runs. Here she is. A beautiful locomotive. Lots of details. So, let's put her lights on. And I'll drive it past you at different speeds. The slowest it can possibly go is very slow. You can see the sidewalks moving. Look how slow they're going. This is one of my... It proudly holds the title of one of my slowest locomotives. You can barely see that it's moving. This is turtle mode and at 1%. So, it accelerates beautifully. You have it at half speed. Pretty decent. Here you have it at full speed. Pretty fast, but it can only go 80 kilometers per hour. It can also pretty beautifully slowly start up. And off it goes. So, as I mentioned before, its tail lights are red, which is very unique for a steam locomotive. You rarely see that. Very cool function. Now for the sounds. Now, let's couple up to some wagons and see how she runs. The other locomotive we'll have run on our track for today is the V200, another Märklin classic. The V200 is one of the locomotives that sadly started replacing the BR86 in Era 5, early Era 4. It's a very good locomotive. I really recommend this one. The V200 is pulling some modern freight. As you can see. So, without further ado, let's get back to the BR86. Oh dear, looks like I've got to clean my tracks again. On to some ratings and opinions on the BR86. So we have 4 categories: the detail, the performance, the functions, and the price. So let's begin with the detail. This locomotive is very detailed, with the piping on the top of the boiler, the mechanism that on the wheels, all the little greebling everywhere, the little imprints on the side, all very, very beautiful. So detail wise, I'm gonna give it a beautiful 9 out of 10. Now on to the performance. The performance was also very good. It could go at a pretty decent speed. It was also able to go very, very slowly, as you can see here. The maximum speed is fine, it's accurate, and it speeds up decently. It can start up very smoothly. So I'd also give this a good number, a grade. Yeah, well, it's not really a grade, is it? I think I'll give for performance a good 8.5 out of 10. The 86 has lots of functions. One of my favorite is the red tail lights. Very unique to the 86. For the rest, to be honest, it has a cool whistle, but it's a steam locomotive, so they're all, in my opinion, pretty nice. But for the rest, it just has the regular steam locomotive sounds. So your coal shuffling, your steam sounds, which is all expected. So nothing out of the ordinary, but also not bad by any means. A good 8 out of 10. I get to the value. It is a almost full diecast Märklin model steam locomotive, which costs a fortune to make. So that's probably why it's also so expensive. It has lots of sound functions. It is very detailed, so you get what you paid for. That definitely, but it still is 400 euros, and 400 euros isn't nothing. So I'm gonna give the value an 8. So that gives us an average score of 8.3. Very good. It could be better in some areas, but to be honest, there isn't all too much improvement. Some personal bias and some other things do come in play when rating such locomotives, but I'd really recommend, going for it. It's a very, very cool loco. So that was the review. It's new for this channel, and this channel is relatively new. So if you enjoyed this, drop a like. I might review one of the trains here on screen. These won't be new, but nonetheless, they'll still be a review. I'm also working on a bigger video where I'm going to talk about layout and some more. But I won't show any more, or I shall spoil the next story. That's all, folks. Goodbye.